This is the award-winning Lee Pitts Live.
Brought to you by Lee Health.
Southwest Florida, look what I won. Look what I won. Boy, I'm going to be lying about this, boy. Dr. Jessie Bryson, Fort Myers High School Golden Apple Teacher of the Year, the Foundation for Lee County Public Schools, is our guest in this segment. We're so thrilled to have him. And this is my first time actually getting to see one of these golden apples up close. I think I may have interviewed one other golden apple person back in the 90s, but I didn't have them bring the apple to the set, so we get to see it in person. Pretty cool thing there. What's it like to put that in your hand there, bruh?
It's a pretty awesome experience to be recognized as far as one of the top teachers in Lee County among already quality teachers for Lee County.
Okay, you sound like you've been working on your golden apple tour. Man, I've been seeing you everywhere, man. When they awarded you that golden apple, I was looking at it on television. You came up to a fence. I know people, we talked about it off camera, but tell people why they came up to look like you were actually working it with some youth at the time.
Yes, as a JROTC instructor, part of the curriculum is the physical as well as the mental, and they were doing a cadet challenge at that time. And it was a very surprising moment. It was rewarding to know that sometimes as a teacher you don't realize that you're actually getting through to the students, and at that moment when they heard some of the remarks that the kids had spoken and said about just like, wow, you actually are truly making an impact, which normally takes 2 to 3 years after high school, but to actually be acknowledged is quite humbling.
So you just get up, do your job, and then how does the Golden Apple Teacher Award process work? Somebody nominates you, are you aware that you've been nominated, that type of thing?
The nomination process, you're first selected by your students and the peers there in your school. And then once that's finished, it's narrowed down to about 300 teachers. And then from that point, you go through a interview process where you have to fill out several application forms, and then the foundation then narrows that down to about 31. And then after the 31, you go through a classroom observation for about a month and a half from about 12 observers that pop in at any time unannounced, and they observe your classroom for maybe from 5 to anywhere to an hour.
The fact that you're an African-American male, do you think that adds a nice little twist to this in terms of role modeling and students seeing that in the classroom as well as outside the classroom?
Absolutely. I think it's critical when you look and see everything that's in the media and different things about the African-American male. It's always good to see something positive. And that is actually why I teach, because the kids in the schools do need to see positive African role models and defy the stereotype that so many of us carry.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about your process of getting to where you are. Where did you come from? Where did you go to school? And when did you decide, hey, I want to be an educator?
I actually have a 20-year military career. I was born and raised here in Fort Myers, a graduate of North Fort Myers, Go Red Knights, and joined the military, did some tours in Washington, D.C., did some overseas tours, served in 2 conflicts, and to be honest with you, I was a calling for me to come and do teaching. I had no idea that I was going to become an educator. I came and substituted for 2 weeks, and then I just realized that this was my calling to come and be in the classroom. And it's not even a job for me. It's every day I get up, I enjoy myself. It's a wonderful experience to be able to truly make an impact.
What has been the response from students and faculty and the community to the fact that you are now a Lee County Golden Apple Award winner?
The response has been truly overwhelming, and it's been very welcoming and supportive. And the most response I've got said is much deserved. And it's just one of those things that you don't strive for, and it just happened as far as just doing the job and being passionate about it and educating the youth of tomorrow.
Tell us, what do you actually do in the classroom?
In the classroom,
You are a teacher.
Yes, I am a JROTC instructor. And what that means is that we're training tomorrow's leaders in citizenship skills, patriotism, and also preparing them for college or vocational schooling.
Okay, so in my old days, we used to say ROTC, right? Okay. Now you say JROTC?
Correct, because Reserve Officer Training Corps is the acronym ROTC, and that's done at the college level, the collegiate level, whereas JRTC stands for Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps, which takes place at the high school level.
What does JROTC do that positively impacts the students and the community?
One of the best things about JROTC is very community involved through community service and community service projects where the cadets are in charge of the different programs and learn civic responsibility and personal responsibility and understand that at their age they can give back, such as a program that we ran at James Stevens International Academy in which those students would go out and mentor fifth graders on becoming better citizens.
Mm-hmm. Now, I saw on social media in different places where it looks like you and some other black males were taking students to historical black colleges, and I think you were in DC, you were taking pictures. Tell us about that, and that's outside of your normal, with your foundation in that regard, right?
Yes.
Was that I Can or something?
It's the I Will Mentorship Foundation.
Okay.
And as a teacher, I found that I believe education should go beyond the school walls. And in doing so, I wanted to create a different positive effect in the community that was after school. So one of the initiatives that we have started is our Next Generation program, in which we're taking parents and youth to colleges to visit, such as we did Florida colleges, we did Georgia, Alabama, and this past year we did Washington, D.C., and next year we're going to New York, because one of the things we think is critical is financial literacy, and that's one of the problems that's plaguing our community is not being financially literate.
Mm-hmm. When you see the response to teenagers, I'm assuming that's what I'm mostly seeing, you working with males and females?
Correct.
When you see their response to actually, like you were saying, seeing things outside of the school wall, what is the response they are giving you?
In quantifiable means, last year, for instance, when we went to Alabama, we took 15 seniors among the 36 that we did take. I would say 12 of those are now enrolled in college in the state of Alabama, and seeing how they said that life has completely changed, where they now believe that they can do instead of what they can't do.
And we want to make sure we plug along the way that first you come in here outdressing the host of the show. We'll let you get away with that. Early on, I said you remember Kappa Alpha Psi. Through Kappa Alpha Psi, you get a chance to impact youths as well. Talk about your programs there.
Their programs actually work in conjunction with the I Will Mentorship Foundation as far as doing the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
STEM.
Correct. And it actually, with the Kappa Foundation, goes into the manhood values of what it means to actually be a young man and the role and responsibilities that we take upon ourselves, that it goes beyond just being able to reproduce a child. It's what civic responsibilities do you have, and who do you have to account? You have to be accountable.
What happens with these golden apples? I see people with them. What's happening with yours? Is it at home? Is it at school? Do you have 2 or 3 of them, or you just have one?
The golden apple, as I said, is sitting on my desk.
At school?
At school.
Okay.
Because I tell everyone that golden apple is a seed to where another child can see that and say, yes, I can do it also.
Mm-hmm. Students actually see this and they may ask you questions as well, right?
Exactly.
That gives you the opportunity to tell them what they need to do to strive for excellence and other things. Go ahead, elaborate on that.
Absolutely. Part of one of the reasons why I did get my doctorate degree after becoming a teacher, and many times I'm asked, what's my future plans? Is it to go into administration? I say, absolutely not. My future plans is to stay right there where I feel I can make the greatest impact. And what my job was getting a doctorate was for them to get it while they're younger, and they can go on and become those administrators and make true change because of the seed of the golden apple.
Okay. Well, man, I'm just honored to have you here in the company and on the television show. You're certainly a role model. We want you to keep up the good work. And of course, you'll be back here when we do our forum on how we're going to save young black men through education, okay?
All right. Thank you very much.
All right, stay right there. It's the saying goes on this particular show, for those who say it can't be done, they're usually interrupted by those like Dr. Bryson who are doing it. It's true. We'll be right back with Fred Morgan. Frederick Dunbar Morgan II.